Welcome to hold on a
Welcome.
second. Welcome to Paint with Heart. We are in the Paint with Heart studios located in New Hampshire, and we are going to just have a really fun class today here on Paint with Heart. And I think I got my two. It's starting off just wonderful. And this is our fourth week of the Ornament Club collection and Ornament Collection Club, however you want to word it. And we're doing two more today. If you're here with us, thank you so much for spending your afternoon with us on a Sunday afternoon. And if you're watching the replays, thank you so much for watching the replays. If you'd like to see the whole replay showing you the two ornaments that we are going to be doing today, you have to join the club by either showing up for one of the classes or buying a kit, which includes the 12 ornaments plus ephemera, and or you can watch the full replays and get the password if you buy the book when the book comes out at the end of the month. So before I go any further, I'm Cindy Harrison, your host and artist with Paint with Heart, and here is my bestie from my satellite office in LA, Melissa Reyes.
Hi, everybody. Yes, I'm Melissa Reyes, and it's so bright here in Southern California. I had to have my sunglasses on. Isn't it nice that Cindy, my best friend, sent me this lovely hat to wear on Paint with Heart? She's so sweet. She takes good care of me. She wants me to be nice and warm this cold winter day. But anyhow, I am so happy to be here on Paint with Heart today. Today, the theme is Thrive. And I have my cards here from my Oracle card deck. And of course, because it's green, it's going to be hard to see because of the green screen. But the theme is Thrive. And there's a picture here of a big, strong tree. And the branches are stretching out. And everything you have inside of you can reach out and thrive. And we're painting a tree today for an ornament. So I can't wait to hear all about it. Thanks so much, Cindy, for doing these ornaments with us today. I can't wait. Let's get going.
Awesome. Let's get going. So here is the ornament that we're going to be painting today. It's a crazy, kooky, crooked tree. I call it topsy-turvy tree.
I'm topsy-turvy today, too.
Yeah, I know. And it is inspired by Dr. Seuss. And I added some garland and some of they're not really supposed to be balls that light up, but more gumdroppy type balls. And I added some diamond dust to that to make it shimmer. So let's get going on that. If you're new to Paint with Heart, you can go to cindyharrisonart.com and you can subscribe, and you will get an email on Monday telling you what the surfaces are that we're going to be using in the upcoming class and the paint colors, so you can be ready, and a line drawing. All of that is on the website, and also you'll get that email and it will tell you, so you can paint along with us. Otherwise, thank you for coming and just watching, and you can watch the replays later and paint it then. And when you do, please, 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 if you can, or have your child, grandchild, post it on the Facebook page, on your page, and just tag me, Cindy Harrison, and I'll see it. And I'd love to see what you created and how we've inspired you. So this one here, I told you in the emails and on the website, we prepped it. And I believe I said prep it with mistletoe. If not, I probably would have said prep it with festive green. Either way, it works.
I'm using festive green because I couldn't find mistletoe.
Yep, either way it works. They're very similar in tones, and I want it to be bright and cheery and not too bright. I don't want Irish moss because that will give you this color tree, and that's like, no.
Sour apple, neon green.
Right, that's kind of bright too, and margarita's bright. No, let's go with a nice Christmassy green. And I base coated both sides. Obviously, if you watch the replay, you saw one coat of sealer and paint mixed together, sand it, and then put one solid coat of paint on top. So now we're ready. I'm gonna first off deepen some areas with plantation pine. And if you know how to side load, just go right ahead and do that, or however it is that you feel most comfortable floating color on. Definitely do what is comfortable for you. Doesn't matter to me. For the beginners, sometimes it's nice if they pre-wet with water. If they put some water on here, and I probably will start with the bottom one first. If you put some water on here and then you pick the paint up on the corner of your brush, and then you can tap it off on the paper on your palette and then come across the bottom. Paint down, water up, and I just tap it, pull it, tap it, pull it as it goes across the bottom. I'm going to do the same for the next one. And just keep doing that all the way up. I have this feeling it's going to be a quick ornament. Today is going to be a quick lesson. Some of them are not so quick. Some of them are a little bit more detailed than others. But I think this is going to be a quick one so I don't tie up your whole Sunday afternoon. And let's see. If you misshape it, you can go back with water into your brush and you can bring that back up if you need to. We're going to put more color down there anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. So now that we've deepened our ridges, I'm going to hit this with a blow dryer because next thing we're going to do is a dry brush technique. But we're not using our dome brush like most of the people here have done before. So now we're going to have the next step would be to do this dry brush technique. So what that's going to be is if you have on you a filbert brush, which means it has a round head versus a flat one. This is a number 6. And I'm going to put out some white, just some snow white. And I am going to put it in the water, but take all the water out. Load the brush up by tapping it in the edge of the puddle. I don't put a lot on there, but there is a fair amount on there. I turn my piece upside down. And I'm going to draw these strokes up one at a time. And I'm following somewhat the outside of the curvature of each layer, each level. So I start here, wiggle, 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 and lift off. It's like an airplane taking, if this is the ground, it's like an airplane taking off. So you start with a lot of pressure. I'll do it again. You start with a lot of pressure, and as you flick off, see that? So we're going to do that again. And they can overlap. Start down, work your way up. Start down, work your way up. But you're coming off of the surface before you get to the next tier. Come over here. And then you can wash your brush off. If you went over it, just wipe it down, a little bit of water. Okay. I'm going to do the next one. Same thing. Start with a lot of pressure, lift off. Start with a lot of pressure, lift off. When I get to about halfway, I go back to change my directions and I start on the other side. So then I can meet it in the middle. Next layer. There you go. So because the white paint is so thick, it's going to take a minute to dry. So and the thicker the paint buildup, the longer it will take to dry. Were you showing me that, Ophelia, while you were holding it up?
I did 2 sides too.
Oh, good. That's awesome. Melissa, are you doing it? Beautiful. Look at all the detail.
All right, I'll.
You got so much detail in there. How'd you fit so much detail in that little space?
You're so funny. Hold on.
Now, if it's dry, I'm going to go back to my big mama brush here. And I'm going to make sure it's dry, pre-wet underneath each layer. And I'm going to pick up that plantation pine and go around those strokes. If I went, if I brought the strokes over the shading that I originally put on there, if not, just go against that shading. Just don't cover your white. Got to make sure that's dry. So I'll do this side. That's why I said if you go over a little bit on that line, not to worry about it, because we're gonna do this underneath anyway. I have to blow dry this side. And when you're done this step, you can then trace on that zigzag line drawing, or you can just freehand it. I'm going to, and it can be different every time you do it. And then I'm going to take raw sienna and my 10-aught liner, fine liner. Put some water in that paint, make it kind of inky. And start to create tinsel garland. So that means I just kind of crisscrossing and bringing a bunch of lines. Basically, I do it in white. I can show you on this. Just kind of back and forth like that, only smaller. Not in white. Do it in raw sienna first. Because you know that tinsel garland goes in all different directions. So what is your favorite, I should say, favorite ornament that you have on your tree, Melissa, or will be having on your tree?
What's my favorite ornament?
Yeah, do you have a favorite ornament?
Yeah, I do. I have a favorite ornament. I really like the glass balls that are decorated with glitter. So they're sparkly.
Yeah.
And I like how the lights shine on them and make them look like different colors. So I like those.
Yeah.
And I like those different shapes of glass balls too. So it's my favorite.
Yeah, you have to take a picture of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a special or favorite ornament on your tree?
Every year I get the yearly. And it shows, you know, for every year. I like to put one up.
My favorite, the spider. I hate spiders, but my mother-in-law found a beaded poof poof spider at a craft fair, and she thought it would be fun to buy me one. Spider is a black pom-pom, and off of it has gold bugle bead legs. The story, which is why I continue to put a spider on my tree to this day, is because there's a story behind it about how a family put up a Christmas tree but didn't have a lot of decorations to put on it, and they went to bed one night and a spider came down and spun its spider web and brought the magic to the tree, and thought, oh my God, the web and everything was just gorgeous because it was like tinsel, and that's how tinsel came about being on a tree too. Next color I'm going to use on the tinsel is Camel. Same brush. You want to put a little moisture in there, but you want to put less strokes. So not so many, covering up. You don't want to cover up all that you have here. Make them in different directions.
I love ornaments.
Me too. I think they're the perfect gift to give if the person celebrates Christmas. Okay, I have this extra Sheen Deco Art metallic paint, and it's 24 karat gold. You can use whatever gold you have. You don't have to go out and buy this one necessarily, but this is a really nice, rich, creamy color. And it does a really nice job. So that's the last thing I'm going to put on top of my tinsel to glisten my tinsel. Not to cover all the previous colors, the Camel and the raw Sienna, just to add some shine. I'm gonna go on to and do some Snow White, and I'm gonna be painting actually the ornaments with the Snow White first to give it an undertone, an underbase, and I am going to use my filbert. If you want to use your round, you can use your round, but just paint balls of white. And you can place them wherever you want. Make them as big or as little. It's never going to be the same if you do it by hand. So you can not worry about where my ornaments were. Just put your ornaments where you want them. So 2 coats of white on that. I'm going to dry that. When they're dry, you can take out whatever colors you want your ornaments to be. I chose a bright blue, a bright orange, a bright yellow, a Santa red, and a grape juice for my ornaments. You can do them all one color. If you want them all red, paint them all red. It's your tree, and make it your own with however you want to do it. These are just suggested colors. So I'll start with my red and my filbert brush. And I'm going to go right over the white. Sometimes it's nice to have all the puddles out that you're going to use so that you can do one at a time and you don't want 2 reds next to each other or any 2 colors or a cluster of colors. So you can put all the puddles out at the same time. Now we put a purple on this side, so I don't want to put a purple here. I'll put the purple over here. I'll put the yellow, or we could put a blue over there. Put the blue over there. And then put the yellow. And then I'll put the orange over here. So if we were doing lights on a Christmas tree, like we did the lights on the Friends palette, you can dry brush each color softly around it to make that glow like we did on the Friends palette. But these are just going to be like gumdrop ornaments. Once those are dry, we're going to start shading them. So on the red ones, I'm going to shade them with a float of the purple, which is grape juice, pre-wet on the corner of your brush. On the corner of your brush, you pick up some of that purple, that grape juice, and just do a little C stroke in the bottom left of that ornament. You can do that down here as well. On the purple ones, I'm going to do it with some of the plantation pine or mix it with the grape juice. Make that darker. On the yellow, I'm going to do the bright orange. And on the orange, I'm going to do the Santa red. On the blue one, I went with the Plantation pine. Make sure you have them all shaded. And then I'm going to add a little soft highlight stroke with my number 3 round, or is it liner? No, it's round, number 3 round, and the white. And I turn it upside down and add this little comma stroke in what would be the upper right of each ornament. I'm going to blow dry that. You know what I noticed I probably didn't mention on my other episodes, other classes, is how to finish the sides. And this one I finished with a gold leafing pen, but this one I painted green. So you can go either way. You do whatever you want. Again, no right, no wrong. I'm going to take my glossy accents and some of my diamond dust. And it always would behoove you to put a piece of paper underneath your ornament when doing this step. And I'm going to glossy accent each ornament, which is not, it's not really an ornament. It's supposed to be a gumdrop, but it can be. We're just going to glitter our ornament.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to paint them with glitter paint like we did the light bulbs on our palette, you can do that too. And then I'm going to sprinkle some of this diamond dust. I'm hoping either you have some diamond dust or I sent you some diamond dust. But that's how you get them to really.
Oh my gosh, look at that. They are sparkly.
Isn't that neat?
Yes.
And then you pour the diamond dust back into a little envelope. Because the diamond dust is glass shards, you do not want to rub your hand across it and like sweep it up like you do breadcrumbs.
Stencil.
Oh, beautiful. See it?
Not all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both sides.
Look at that. And you got a little snow on the top of the tree.
Yeah, that was an accident. I decided to repeat on the other side.
That looks great.
Again, I dipped it into the paint.
It's happy accidents.
Yeah, that's your happy accident.
So there you go. Perfect.
Painted now. I'm going to put my.
Beautiful.
You can see
between the green, yeah.
A little bit of green.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can.
No, it's not gonna. It's a green screen. It's a computer looking.
Not gonna make a difference.
But that's okay. We're getting there. How you doing, Ophelia?
I feel good.
Oh, isn't that pretty?
And I did the sides and go to,
Oh, yeah. That's
Oh,
beautiful.
good.
And you don't have to put the glitter. I'm going to just put the glossy accents on the back side and only have glitter on the front.
Sneaky.
And then it just looks like raised balls, see?
Oh, yes. Ah, glossy accents.
It's cute too, you know?
Yes, that gives it a whole different look. I am done with my tree.
Ooh.
I'm super happy with how it came out.
Let's see. Other than
Mm.
the green screen, it's
I
beautiful.
will turn my green screen off for you. Hold on. Whoops. Okay. All right. Whoops. I can't see myself.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. So, okay. Is this the right side? Yeah. So this is the side that I glittered the little balls.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then on this side, I didn't glitter the balls, but I put some little glitter on the tips of the white. I don't know if you could tell.
On the tips
Now,
of the white?
yeah,
On the snow?
on the
Okay.
snow, on the edge, I put glitter here.
Oh, neat.
And then the balls, except this one I forgot to paint, so I just painted that one. So don't look at that one. Okay. But the other ones just have glossy accents.
Oh,
Balls.
yes, I see.
Okay. But
Yeah.
then there's just tiny little dots of glitter at the bottom of the white. But most of it,
Neat.
yeah. So I put the glossy accents here on the tip of each, and then I put a little glitter on it first. And then I went back and put the glossy accents on the balls. Then I noticed I missed a whole ball.
Well, that's okay.
So yeah, I was having fun playing with it. But adorable, fun gumdrop project with the glitter and stuff. Cute.
Mm-hmm. So
Very
do you
cute.
want to say your goodbyes?
Okay, goodbyes. Okay, everybody. Well, thank you so much, Cindy. This was a really fun project. I know our little trees are going to sparkle and shine and thrive all through the holiday season, just like you and I do from across the miles with our Paint with Heart projects and our friendship. It's really awesome. I can't wait until next week to see what we do next. There's not a Grinch that can keep us from celebrating the holidays together. So thank you. Can't wait.
And that is so right. There isn't. So next week we're going to be doing, I think it was Home for the Holidays. And so the two surfaces you will need for next week, if joining us, are going to be, I believe, these two.
A little door and a little mailbox, right?
It's a, yeah, it will be. So definitely continue to thrive throughout the week. And Melissa, if you are not friends with her on Facebook, you can go be friends with her and get the new word of the week. And let's see, if you need anything from me, you can find me on Facebook, or you can go over to cindyharrisonart.com and get a hold of me there. And that's where you'll find anything that you need Paint with Heart related. If you want to purchase a kit, if you want to watch the replays, there's that on YouTube. And don't forget to leave us a comment on YouTube if you watch. So anyways, until next week, remember to always paint with heart.
Paint with hearts.
Take care and thank you.